Virgo, welcome to Black Star Tarot. This is your law of attraction reading. So let's see what you guys have coming in at the moment, right? We all know that energy changes. So we'll see what's headed in right now as you are watching this video. Okay. All right. All right. So I had one that tried to fall, but it did not. All right. Let's try it again. Okay. What do we have for Virgo? All right. I got one. Okay, let's set those there. All right, so we have money is the root of all money is not the root of all evil or of happiness. So money is not the root of all evil or happiness. Well, I need spirit to make up its mind. It needs to be, one or the other. But watch what you're watching, on the news, Virgo. Watch the people that are around you. I just feel like whatever, for some reason, I feel like with this, some of you could be, I ain't gonna say being negative, but maybe affected by, what's going on in the world, what's in the news, all the evil, all the Elons, all the, the issues with Epstein and so on, you know what I'm saying? So try to take your attention, off of that. I do feel like the more money you have, the worse they are, but you need not plague yourself with any of that. And if you've been thinking that, like sometimes I say to myself, like, you know what, I don't want to be rich, I just want to be comfortable. You know what I mean? Because I do feel like, I know we all say, like, if I got money, I wouldn't be a snob. But I think it would touch everybody. If you really think about yourself, not that you would be like a douchebag or anything, Virgo. I'm not saying that. Like, most of us would never do that. But I do feel like money changes people. So if that's been on your mind, for you, Virgo, I don't know. I think it would change you, but not to where you would be like a douchebag. But I definitely feel like you would fight every injustice. Like you would get things that make you feel good, like a lot of shoes, things like that. But anyway, it says this important subject of money and financial success is not the root of all evil. As many have quoted, nor is it the path to success. So when you are able to successfully control everything like the subject of money, that affects most of you all day, every day, you have accomplished something rather significant. For not only is it certain that your financial success must improve, but the evidence of that success will then prepare you for deliberate improvement in every aspect of your life experience. This is like really deep, Virgo. Let's talk about this. There's a couple things that I feel like we can discuss. So as I was reading this, I was thinking, like, if you're looking for a job right now, like if you're or thinking about changing a job, it's not all about the money. Okay, you do know that, right? A lot of times the more you make, the more you have to sacrifice some part of you. Okay, so it's really not about the money. Like, yeah, we need it, I get it, I ain't trying to make light of that, but keep that in mind. It's okay if you want to shoot for the top, but just know that up there comes responsibility, and and sometimes even to work in places like that, like say to work in corporate. This is what I don't like about corporate, right? I work in hospitals. Well, not anymore, but I used to. One thing I didn't like about that corporate environment was the fact that, if you're in leadership, like if you ever got in leadership, you have to be, it's almost like you don't have to become them, but let's just be real. If you don't, then you're the target. So a lot of you could be climbing the ladder right now, but just know as you go up there, it's just going to be more bullshit. All right, just keep it real. So that's what I want to say about that. Like, money, it'll get you the money, but you're going to have to know your stuff, and you're going to have to always be on guard. All right, so keep that in mind. It's best to kind of just, I don't know, just be mindful of that. I think some of you already know that. So that's that. Then it's whatever it is as well that you're going through, okay, I almost feel like it's being brought to you for some type of particular reason. Like if you're going through something right now financially, with employment or whatever it is that's going on, it's intentionally happening to you. So The good news is that it's actually all good news, right? So I feel like there's something that's going on with some of you, not all of you. Your finances will definitely improve, okay? They will, right? And it says, but the evidence of that success will then prepare you for a deliberate improvement in every aspect of your life. So whatever it is that you're going through right now is great because it is prepping you for what's to come, right? And there's some type of benefit for it. I don't know what this could be for everybody, but for some of you, this is directly related, of course, to your employment, right? Or your finances in some way. So let's see what else we have. You right now, it's almost like a lesson. That's kind of how I feel, right? Which will resolve itself. It will resolve. And when it does, I just feel like you're going to be elevated in some way. And also that it's definitely, you know, geared towards like your actual potential or experience or whatever your journey is in this life. Okay, so if you're going through some shit right now, just bear it, you know, it's going to resolve, you know. I feel like particularly, yes, with this card that you're going to know. You're going to know why you went through it. You know, so it's going to pay out for some of you, but there's going to be some type of understanding to why this is actually happening. So let's see what this awareness card says. So it says awareness, recognizing your patterns give you the power to change them. Self-awareness leads to mastery. Observe your thoughts today. Which ones support your desires and which ones limit you? So don't be pissed off, Virgo. Okay, be aware of what you're thinking. Be aware of how you're feeling. Okay, some of you could be already doing this. Remember, whatever it is that you're feeling, you're going to attract more to you. Okay, and you don't want that. Like, you want to learn your lessons, you know, and know why you're going through whatever, and then move on. All right. I just want to read the bottle. Unconscious blocks may be interfering with your progress. Bring them to light and transform them. Yeah, whatever. So, yeah, so recognizing your patterns, it says, gives you the power, you know, to change them. So even, so for some, and this ain't for everybody, but for some of you, this could have to do with you directly, right? You know, recognizing maybe what you're doing wrong, particularly if you're having a lot of conflict when it comes to your money, your finances, your job, your stability, okay? Watch your spending, watch the things that you're buying, which you want, you know, do all of that. And you guys, nobody preaching, I'm just, you know, saying what's here in the cards, but I think we all need to work on that right now because stuff is getting real out here, and, you know, they trying to push us. I don't know what they trying to do. With Virgo, what they trying to push us to? Everything is just high. It's just ridiculous. So this is crazy. But anyway, what else do we have? And so we have the Seven of Cups. Let's see what else. We have the Page of Swords. And we had a flipper. Do I want to take this? Yeah, what's the Knight of Cups? You know. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep him. He didn't flip out, but he flipped up. Good enough. You know, so lots of decisions, lots of choices, all right, are going to be coming into you guys. All right, so definitely some of you are looking for some type of communication. Okay, for others of you, there could be someone here that's looking into you, investigating you, whether this is looking over job applications, looking over your portfolios, whether someone's looking into your personal business. You know, it can also be that too. But with the Seven of Cups, if this has anything to do with employment, I do feel like, you know, there's a lot of people out there that may have the qualifications. So I think you're on maybe on, like, if there's 10, I feel like you're in that top 10. With that Seven of Cups, it kind of gives me that feeling, all right, that, you know, there are choices. Okay, there is tons of opportunity here. All right, so in the meantime, just stay optimistic, you know, keep your head up. Communication is coming in. I feel like it's, and I mean, like, for some of you, this is as early as, say, Monday. I don't know why I'm feeling that. Like, today is Sunday, but I just feel like expect some type of communication. Someone's chosen you for something here. You can expect that communication, and they're present, because the Page of Swords is sitting like directly in the middle of this reading. So I do feel like that is already a pass for some of you. If you've been applying to something, you're going to hear that answer. If there's some sort of communication that you want, the decision has already been made. All right, and there is an offer coming in here with this Knight of Cups. So this is gonna, you know, make you happy. All right, tonight. So he's coming straight into your future. So there's an offer here for some of you, and I think you're gonna like it. It's gonna be um plausible, possible, you know, something that you're gonna like. All right, definitely, possibly for a lot of you, something that you can probably get into if it's something that you've never done before. So this is a job that you worked at before. I mean, that you've never done before. I feel like it may be something different, I guess is what I'm trying to say here. All right, nevertheless, you're gonna love it. I think you'll be okay. You are being asked to follow your heart, not necessarily chase the bag. Whenever we see any cups, be in like, think about things before you do it. Like, why am I doing this? Am I gonna like this job, or am I just doing it for the money? And even if you have to do it for the money, Virgo, be looking for something else that's gonna fulfill you a little bit more, because this is the real world. Yeah, we're here in tarot, but it's easy for me to say, yeah, do what you love. Like, come on now. Most of the time we do what we gotta do. All right. However, nevertheless, you will find out that when we are doing things for the money, like I can speak for myself. I was like traveling, like a travel nurse, and yeah, it was giving me money, but I ain't gonna say I hated it, because hate is a strong word. But if I were to say, you know what, I'm gonna pick a job tomorrow, it wouldn't be that. Okay, I was doing it because of money paid, right? That's what I was doing it, not because I necessarily love traveling, but because of the money. So you're being asked to, do the same. Okay, think about this offer when it comes in. Okay, do I like it? Do I not? Right? Am I following my heart? For others of you, you're definitely gonna love it. Period. So this is what I have for you. So you got communication coming in. There's an offer here. You've been chosen. All right, Virgo, for some type of position or opportunity. So if this resonates, make sure you comment down below, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.